Okay, well, this is day 85, and I did just finish my meditation, and I'm not quite sure what's going to be said as this tape rolls this morning. Something is breaking open inside of me, yet again, and it's pretty remarkable that I've been in front of this camera for 85 days. This is, though I have quote-unquote gotten used to it, it's still not my preferred way, because there's something additionally vulnerable about somebody seeing your face and seeing your facial expressions and being able to look into your eyes. I certainly have been vulnerable behind the microphone, and the voice communicates that vulnerability, but there's something different about this. So what I can tell you is that something broke open this morning in a deep way. I don't know that there's necessarily words or a language for it, but I certainly will try to communicate something to you for day 85. Remarkable. 15 more days and I will have completed the most bizarre and the boldest spiritual experiment of my life, really. 100 days of meditating for an hour every day and then rolling tape. And it's like as I approach the end, I have a slight look back again, just to that day in February where something began. And I am really seeking some space to write, though I did finally learn how to open the dictation on my computer because, I don't want this to go away before I capture it. But something so significant has changed. Like, one of the things that's really incredible, I mean, if this is going to be an authentic sharing, I have to be real about what I haven't said yet, and I haven't had any alcohol since May 24th. So going into the meditation retreat, there was no alcohol, and then coming out of that, I was kind of sick that week with all that healing coming through me. But it's like, it's organic. It's organic endings are the best because they just happen. They just happen. And I had been saying to myself for at least a year that I knew that there were certain habits in my life that though I loved them and seemingly enjoyed who I was while doing them, my soul was just saying, in order for you to really go deeper and to expand your consciousness, this stuff is going to have to be released. And I've known that, but I haven't wanted to do it. I haven't done it. It's just something that I've known. And so this personal walk with that knowing all this time while still having those habits, and now witnessing the falling away of those habits where I'm not even thinking about it. Yeah, okay, it's really, really hot, and I'm thinking, oh my God, an ice-cold beer would be amazing right now. And I'm not saying I'm not going to ever have an ice-cold beer again, but that's not the point. The point is that something profoundly happened at that meditation retreat. Something deep. Something that doesn't necessarily always rise to the surface of my awareness, but when it does, it's profound, like it has this morning. I mean, I have been so radically transformed in these last 87 days plus. It's really quite remarkable, the depth of this personal transformation. And only we know, only you know, only I know the personal truth of the experience. And then we do our best to explain it to people. But mostly it's just something that people see. They see a change in our face. They see a change in the clarity in our eyes. Maybe we've lost weight. I mean, that's another thing that's happened, right? I mean, I'm down to 138 pounds, which is just happening. And so I'm just witnessing, I'm just watching this and going, wow, this is really interesting, this is really powerful, this is really just interesting. I have no desire for it anymore. So it's just what it is. There's nothing I have to do about it, there's nothing I have to accept or push away, or it's just an observational moment of, okay, that seems to no longer be in the mix. And as a result, it's certainly not helping me sweat less here in the great state of New Jersey, where humidity is the king and queen of the day. But it has perhaps allowed me to clear my mind, which has allowed me to have more accessibility and availability to the infinite mind that is communicating through me. So 2 weeks from today, I go to Alaska. I have to just breathe deeply about that. I always have anxiety when I'm here with my mom, when I go back to Alaska, because I love her so. And she loves me as she does all her children. But we have a special relationship here, and I take care of her on a level that's unique and mine to do. So we're preparing for that. And, I go back to Alaska just not having really any expectations this time around. I'm just right here in the moment. I'm just right here, right now, in the moment. And lastly, the other thing is I was watching Michael Beckwith last night, and he said something so true. He said, when you really live from the belief, the knowing, the experience that all your needs are met, when you really live from, in your bones live from, the truth that you are already complete, that you cannot further perfect what is already perfect, when you really understand that you are complete now, that all your needs are met now, the order of your questions change. And I can see that's happening for me. Part of transformation, part of the awakening is when you move from the material into the spiritual. And there's a whole parade that follows you from the material to the spiritual. And one of the changes is the order of questions. When you're in the material, you think that that's where it begins and ends. And so we come from, how do I make this work? How do I fix this? How do I solve this? I got to solve this. I got to fix this. I got to beat the pavement. I got to make effort. Because it's you're coming from the material world. When you begin to journey into the spiritual world, where all your needs are met, where you recognize yourself as a complete spiritual being that's perfect, whole, and complete, the questions become, what am I here to give? How can I be of service? What's seeking to emerge through me? It's a powerful transformation. It's a powerful shift in the relationship that I have, not just with myself, but with the thing that breathes me. And it's certainly not a common way of being. And so when you're not putting effort, when you're not doing it in the way that we've been trained to do it, people have concerns. My ego has concerns. The other day my ego was like, wow, maybe you're not hustling enough. Maybe you need to hustle more. Maybe you need to get out there more. Maybe you need to do this, and maybe you need to do that. And for a while I thought, wow, maybe that's true. Maybe I lost my hustle. So it's just an interesting thing to observe. But for sure, at this point, the only thing, I can't go back into the world that has collapsed. I can't, because it's not there. And I can't go back into the me that's dissolved into becoming what it's becoming, because she's no longer there. So the only thing I can do, man, is lean in. The only thing I can do is lean in, to be patient, to love myself, to trust deeply, and to keep my practices active and at a focal point in my everyday living. That's the best gift I can give myself. Keep leaning in, keep meditating, keep praying, keep reaching out to those who are aware of this journey that I'm on. Keep loving myself, keep playing, keep having fun, and keep remembering that right now, the spiritual task, as Michael Beckwith says, is being right now. Not in the past, not in the future, but being right now, because in the right now, the breath exists complete, as does all of my needs. It's a really powerful and powerful understanding. It's such a powerful shift to understand and really believe that all of my needs are met already, that the bloom is already in the seed. The seed doesn't have to go do anything. The seed doesn't have to go make something happen. It's already in the seed. All the seed needs to do is yield to the bloom. That's powerful. That's powerful. I'm yielding to my bloom. This is day 85.